1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome back to the Acoustic Shop channel. I'm Jeremy and this is John, and we're going to be talking about this A-style Hinde mandolin today, built out of beautiful koa wood.
Ooh, beautiful.
You're not going to want to miss this one. Welcome back. We're going to be introducing this A-style koa mandolin from Hinde, Stephen Hinde from Hinde Mandolins and Find Instruments, I believe it's called.
Yeah, I think he's actually doing more than mandolins now. He's actually even doing guitars, which is really cool.
Before we dive into this, though, please subscribe to the channel. If you like what we're doing, leave a comment about how much you like it. If you don't like what we're doing, leave a comment on our competitors page about how much you don't like what they're doing. No.
Or even leave it on theirs about what you don't like about what we're doing. I think that would be actually even better.
They'd appreciate that. Anyway, we're going to speak about this Hinde MA number 19, which is M for mandolin, A for A-style, number 19 for, I think, the 19th one built.
I would assume that was probably exactly what it was.
I'm decoding the...
Good for you, Jeremy.
Now, this is a beautiful example of koa wood, back and sides. This does have the red spruce top on it. I think with the koa wood, it was very cute to do the beautiful palm tree.
I thought that was pretty nice tie-in. Good job, Stephen. That was really, really cool. One thing that we forgot to talk about before we get way into these specs, if you want to hear a full song of Jeremy playing this particular mandolin, he played the fire out of it. He made so many notes come out of it.
I added new notes to the alphabet.
So anyway, that link for that performance is down below. You can watch an entirely different video. And there's also a link in the comment section where you can jump to the end of this where you can hear just this instrument.
If you're incapable of just taking that slider and jumping to the end, we do have a link that'll take you right to it.
Yep.
But if you want to hear about this instrument, this does have the James tailpiece, which has that nice little flip top there that clicks into those rubber grommets really smoothly.
I like those too. I'm with you.
Kills that overtone. Stephen. It's just very satisfying to sit there and go.
Would you do that all the time if you had one of these?
Yeah, like in between songs, I'd probably be like a nervous Twix just doing that. Very nice though. I love those James tailpiece. He also does a bone insert in a lot of his bridges.
This is an enhancement that he has decided. Yeah, that he's decided not on every mandolin that he will do this, but it is something there. Some people like it, obviously. Some people that are more traditional.
It's less traditional. Kind of just having an extra little piece of bone to give it a little bit more resonance on that bridge. I imagine it adds a little density to it. Evo fret wires installed on this, which I'm a big fan of Evo. I've had them on my mandolin for 13 years now, and they're showing no wear.
I've had some people say that there's EVO. We're not allowed to say
EVO.
Evo.
It just sounds like a dance craze right now, the EVO. I'm in the EVO scene. So I call them Evo wire. Anyway, so that gives that kind of gold tint to it, but that basically means you're not going to need to have those fret dressed or re-fretted for a long while.
Long time.
I really like the classy. We talked about the palm tree inlay, but he also did the pearl truss rod cover. We forgot to mention in one of our other videos, he does use the carbon reinforced truss rod in his necks.
Really?
So carbon fiber reinforced gives a lot more stability. It's two-way truss rod, so you can bring it back or forward if it needs the relief.
It's adjustable, but it won't need to be adjusted as much, being that it is reinforced carbon.
I think that's the idea with that, yeah.
There you go.
This does have the shallow tuners, those really nice, cool, very sleek-looking tuners. I love those kind of rounded edges they do on the gears on those. Look very classy and turn very nicely as well. He used tortoiseshell binding on this, which I think went real well with the koa wood back and sides. Just kind of accentuates it a little bit.
Koa's
that natural
really cool,
color tone.
I think it's actually a really cool combination to have a koa mandolin because in my experience with the guitar world, it's a little bit harder, a little bit denser than mahogany. So it's kind of like in between the maple and mahogany sound, which there's been a lot of mandolins made out of mahogany, especially those early teens and
the bulk will be in that maple, so this is kind of filling that somewhere in between.
Falls in between, a little bit darker, a little bit richer sounding than your maple, but not so much that it's a full mahogany. So
I think in that A style, it's a pretty cool combination because it just gives it a little bit more punch. I think just smoothness all around. This is a 1 1/4 inch neck on this one, so kind of in between.
1/8?
1/8.
I think it's a 1 1/8.
It's somewhere over that one, just slightly wider than that.
This was a
traditional one.
16th.
Yeah.
That one's an 1/8.
Okay, 1 1/8. So that extra 1/16 of an inch, really, you feel it there.
It's exactly the same thing they do. 11/16 goes to 3/4. It's a 1/16 of an inch. Makes a difference.
Some people can just feels totally foreign to you, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, one
There you
little
go.
1/16 of an inch. Scoop fretboard extension on this one, and then a nice, they're now calling them finger rests. I think people use them more to rest their fingers than they do as a pick guard, but I use some of that
I would
koa wood
agree
on
with
that
that.
as well.
That way you're not putting that big old wear mark for you guys who rest your fingers in here. So, Jerry, do you rest your fingers?
I do not, but if I had
I
this,
think, I don't know what I would do. If I were a mandolin player, I might do that. So I don't know. We don't know yet.
I also like he did this little thin line around the inside of
purfling?
that binding. Yeah, it looks really cool, especially on the fretboard.
I like that. It looks like it is ebony, but it is that more charactered ebony.
It's got a little flame in it.
This is something I want to talk about, address here. I've been having a lot of people ask about ebony, and they're like seeing this stuff with the brown tones in it. Guess what? Ebony has that in it. It's not always pure black. In fact, a lot of the guitars and things that people think, like the old growth ebony, I've got a 1940 Martin, that they actually stained that. They used to actually add black to it to make it look that way, and over the years of my guitar having to be fret dressed and planed and stuff, you start to see this character coming back through here. So do not be afraid of ebony that has brown spots and streaks in it. I actually find it to be beautiful. It is not lesser quality ebony, I promise you.
Yeah, it's just, especially nowadays, they're just trying to use as much as the wood, not just discard parts that don't have pure black or something. So I agree with you. I like it, especially on this one. I think it really helps with this, the color tint and the beautiful back on this to have that
Koa, I think
a
it was
little
a
bit more
very
brown
good
in that.
pairing. So.
Again, we've had a number of Stevens mandolins in the shop. Every one of them has been impressing not only our staff, but the players that come in and try them out. And this is another, for the A-style enthusiasts, they're really going to like this one. I love the tone of it. It's really punchy, not quite as, I don't know, it's got a different tone than a lot of A-style ones I've played. It's a little bit more in between, I think almost closer to an F somehow.
Very growly.
So, yeah, it has a growl to it.
I like it. It's growly. It's like a tiger.
Let's, instead of trying to describe the sound, let us play it for you guys. And you tell us in the comments below, is it growly?
It's a tiger.
Gruff? Is it rawr?
It's a tiger.
Is it more of a rawr or a meow? Put that in the comments below how you would describe the tone of this mandolin. I'd love to hear your correlation between
It's a grizzly bear.
verbs and sounds. Anyway, we're going to jump right to that before you're embarrassing yourself and everyone around you. Hey, we really appreciate you guys watching that video. It was my favorite one we've made so
the
far.
best
We've
video
done hundreds of videos, and that was the best one.
It was.
And the next one's going to be even better. If you'd like to see that, be sure you subscribe to this channel. And also, the more you comment and interact below, the more the YouTube algorithms pick it up and start pushing it out to other people, like-minded people.
Algorithms?
Algorithms, they're everywhere. They permeate the internet, and YouTube's got one, and it watches our videos, and it sees how much you comment, and then it pushes us to other people like you. And we want everyone to experience the acoustic shop world, where we talk about instruments, we do reviews, we got some fun videos coming up. We thank you guys so much for being a part of it, and we'll see you in the next video.